Well, I believe we are now live. Happy New Year. Happy 2021. Carlos, how we doing, my friend?
Good, good, good.
Good to see you. Good
2021,
to see
baby.
you.
It's
2021, buddy. 2021.
and it's snowing and cold.
I know. I know. Isn't that crazy? Crazy weather. Crazy weather. Take a minute to, folks, take a minute to share, like,
There.
and share the podcast. Welcome to 2021. It's our 56th episode of 2021, my man. How you been doing? How was your holiday season?
It's been a minute. It's been good. It was good. Relaxing for me.
Good. That's good. That's what it's all about, man.
It
You
went
feel
too
rejuvenated?
fast.
You feel rejuvenated and ready to go?
That's right.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We took well, of course, one was the holiday, and then last week, just still, taking some time off. So, we're an extended stretch into starting our first episode. So, but I do feel a little more refreshed, and I'm excited to get into 2021. What a year 2020 was, wasn't it?
Man, it's been crazy. It's been crazy for sure.
Yep, yep. So, I thought we would start this year off by just talking a little bit about, our follow-up goals and what type of follow-up goals we've got, and maybe share that with our audience in terms of what our follow-up goals were, and of course a few strategies, to get people going and help them figure out how they want to build their business in 2021. 2020 threw us all for a loop, man. It really did throw us all off, and took a lot of adjusting and adapting on the fly, if you will. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes. Yeah, we got to adjust, and that's the most important thing is adjusting to what's important, and your goals and your end goal.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What do you got there, Carlos? Looks like you got a brand new toy. Brand new
I
toy.
did. I haven't hooked it up. I haven't hooked it up yet, but I'm starting to get some tools. I need to upgrade my tools.
Nice.
So
Nice. I like that.
I haven't hooked it up yet. I haven't used it, but I got a little Christmas present. My wife got me a microphone and getting some headsets and some cameras, and I got I got some stands. So I got some toys for 2021.
Nice, nice. You're getting set up. That's good. Well, I'll have to once you get that integrated, as in everything, I'll have to follow you.
Yeah. I'm trying to research it a little bit and figure it out, but we got to grow. You got to start somewhere, right?
Absolutely.
No matter what you do,
That's right. We certainly do. Yeah, we certainly do. You're absolutely right. So, well, cool, man. Well, welcome to 2021, man. Carlos, how was 2020 for you? How was 2020 for you? How would you categorize it?
Well, it's it's pretty. It was pretty good. To be honest, I know people struggled in 2021. I know there's a lot of businesses out there that struggled in 2021, and I know that, or 2020, and I know that it's been tough. But for me, it's been really good. My wife and I talked a couple days ago, and we're a small business, and I feel for a lot of people, and I feel for a lot of businesses, that struggled in 2021. You can't hide from the fact that people are struggling. Mm-hmm. But for us, we talked, and there was new programs that came out that help businesses grow. The money, the money's there. When people are struggling, the money's there.
Yeah.
Well, we reviewed our finances, and we applied for some of those loans and some of those the PPP loans, and but we didn't qualify for them. Mm-hmm. We're a small business, and we still didn't qualify for them because we grew more than 25% each quarter.
Wow. Okay. Well,
so we sit there and we talk, and we're like, it's disappointing that we can't get help as a small business.
Mm-hmm.
But what should I think when the reason why I don't get it is because I'm growing?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it's a tough, it's a tough thing to swallow. It's like, hey, are you happy that you're growing, or is it you're a small business and need help?
right,
It
right.
was it felt tough for us. I'll be honest, it felt real tough for us. But looking at our numbers, we grew more than 25% each quarter.
That's good. That's good. Yeah,
So
I mean, I
I
think,
hate to, I hate to say it because it's, when people are out there struggling or closing or, but we're growing,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm proud of it. I'm proud that we grew more than 25%.
yeah. That's awesome, man. I mean, well, I think your activity that you put into building your business, continually, paid dividends for you. But then you also did some adapting and adjusting too, right? So there's a reason why you grew. You didn't necessarily grow just by luck. I mean, there were some
No,
things that you put in place and some adjustments that you made.
I can sit here and tell you that it was not our numbers and our growth was not from just because we have an established business and it's 10 years old. It's not. It's by hard work. I can promise you that, because the first day that we closed in 2020, or the first day that government, everybody shut down the country, I panicked.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I panicked and I just stepped back and I went back to like we were starting from scratch.
yeah,
And I worked my tail off. I'm not going to let anybody bring me down.
yeah.
So me working my tail off, it was not easy growing like that. I had to
Right.
go back to my mail and copy store, and I had to work. And
Yeah,
I had to, let people know that we're there and we're there to help and we're essential and we're open. And, it took a lot of videos and it took a lot of, marketing and people talking to people and letting people know we can help, following up with people, connecting with people, calling other people, emailing people. It took a lot, but it also took a lot of work to, make sure that all my social media was up,
right.
to make sure all my blanks were filled,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, because people were able to find me and know that I was still open. Our phones rang, the first day we closed, our phone started ringing, and it
mhm.
rang more than ever.
Wow, wow,
And
that's something.
yeah, our phone was ringing more than ever. People walk into our store every day, but but our phones were actually ringing because they were calling to find out if we were open.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and you were answering the phones, and that made a big difference too. So
Yeah.
that's good. I mean, that's a great lesson, man. A great story, and share about 2020, and your business was up. It grew at a time when, unfortunately, a lot of business were contracting or going away or getting out of business. And it was correlated to your activities, and you ramped up your activities. You adapted, adjusted, did some different product lines, some different services, and then you really made sure that you had your availability in place in terms of your social media, your platform. So that's very impressive. I mean, for me, last year was, you know, right up there with some of my best years in the business as well. And the activity makes a big difference. And 2020 was a year of a lot more social media presence for me, right?
And you had to. Well, I mean, what are people going to do? You had
Yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah.
because you couldn't go and shake hands.
Right, right,
You can't get
exactly.
you can't get 6 feet with people, two people, to shake their hands or
Right,
talk to them.
right. That's right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So it made a big difference, and I'm kind of glad it just happened that way. And it can certainly contributed a lot to my business growth as well. So it was 2020 was a rough year, but it was a good year. It was. I tell you what, I was exhausted. I was exhausted after 2020. Because there was so much more on time. I think working from home and doing more virtual stuff. You were on a lot more, than before the pandemic. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you have to work when you're at home. People are relaxing usually, but now that you're working at home, you're always working.
Yeah.
You got to be on. You got to be taking care of people. In your line of business, you took care of people. People were ready to buy houses. People were still trying to apply for loans. People were still, looking for houses. Now you work from home. You don't have a time to leave and go to work and then come home and enjoy your family, but you're working from home, so you have to be on all the time.
Absolutely. So what I thought we'd do is take just the last couple minutes just to talk about, hey, if I'm starting off 2021 and I want to start getting my business generated and really start getting it rocking and rolling, what's one or two things that we could offer, up as suggestions or recommendations for someone who's just starting. I got a call from someone yesterday. Hey, I just got my license. I'm really interested in getting out there, and you got any suggestions? So I thought it would be a great idea to spend the last few minutes and talk a little bit about any one or two things that we would throw out there as suggestions. Starting at 2021, try to get your business off to a good start. Any ideas? What do you want to start, Carlos?
Well, I mean, some ideas would be, getting out there and it's like, it's that New Year's resolution thing. People do it and then they fall off the wagon, but the thing is you can't fall off the wagon with your business. So get out there and start. It's like start it all over. Go meet more people. You got to amp up the amount of people that you meet. Either it's on social media or, going out and talking to new people. It's a matter of making more connections. So you got to start from scratch. It's like every year I start over, like with the basics. The basics is getting on that phone and making appointments. Getting on that phone and communicating with people as much as possible. I hope that over the holidays, we didn't get a chance to talk to people over the holidays, but I sure hope that people sent out those gifts or those letters or the Christmas cards or, made those text messages or sent out those emails. Yeah. Because I can tell you this much, it worked. I worked closely with 3 or 4 people here, 3 or 4 agents, and they all sent out calendars. I think I might have one right here. They sent out calendars, magnets. 2021 calendars. Right. They sent out these magnets, and every single one of them that sent out a magnet got a return phone call.
Really? Wow.
So one guy, I was like, I'm like, hey, have you sent out any magnets? Have you sent out any magnets? Have you sent out the magnets? And he's like, oh, I sent out 2 or 3 of them. I'm like, 2 or 3 of them? And then he's like, and then we talked some more, and he was talking to me about a client that was wanting to buy a house. And I said, where did that client come from? And he says, he called me off my magnets. I'm like, you sent out 2 or 3 magnets and you got 1 deal back? And he's like, yeah. Wow. And he's buying a $300,000 house.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what absolutely. I mean? Yep. And he only sent out 3 magnets, 2 or 3 magnets.
Imagine if we'd sent out more. Yeah.
So that's a way to get out there. Get social, knock doors. It's a way to get seen. Get your face out there. He got a call back and he says, hey, I need to buy a house. And he got and then there's other agents that sent out these magnets, and they got calls back just this week. They wanted to buy a house and they wanted to sell a house and buy a house. And then there's the other agent. Every single one of these people that we did something for got something in return. When they sent it out, they got something back. And it only takes one or two that these magnets that they bought, it cost them hardly anything to do, and they got their return back with just one. So it's a big deal to be able to get out there and get seen, and send out Christmas cards, send out the holiday cards, the calendars, the New Year's resolutions. Get connected with people. Start from scratch. Because it works. It really does.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I lost connectivity, but yeah, no, you're right. I mean, and my suggestions were, a reconnect program. And what is a reconnect program? A reconnect program is to go through all of the people who you have formerly connected with as past clients or past customers, and reconnect with them and wish them a happy new year. If you have a CRM, and hopefully it's already set up to do that, send text messages, just reconnect with old past prospects, people that we either closed or didn't close. Just reconnect, right? Rekindle the fire and reconnect. So that's what I was going to suggest, a real quick and easy, fast way to generate some leads and generate some potential prospect opportunities is just go reconnect with those that we've either closed or haven't closed. Because whether they bought last year or they purchased last year or not, it doesn't matter. They're probably going to need the service again or know someone who might need the service. So reconnect. I'd reconnect. You talked about getting social. Look at the example you provided in 2020, right? You built out all of your social platforms. You had presence on all of those. Get social, right? Right now some of us are in lockdown, some of us aren't. So it's a great time to make sure we have that presence there, and we're on the social media platforms. Knock on doors. I agree with you. Something you said. Hey, there's opportunity still to knock on some doors. Go knock on some doors. And then my last suggestion is family and friends. Hey, listen, we've got family and we've got friends. And you mentioned, Carlos, in 2020 we didn't get to spend as much time with family because of the shut-ins and because of the lockdowns and because of the social distancing. So what a great way to rekindle some things by reaching out to some family and friends, and let them know what we do, right? We'll run into some deals just by doing that.
So I had another agent that did a 2021 first time home buying, and I said, "How did it go?" And he says, "It went great." I said, he says, "I had a few people show up. It was a good turnout." And I said, and I always ask, that's my first question is, where did those people come from? He says, "Oh, it's people I knew, friends, family." And I said, "See, that's where you start." And he's just starting out. I said, "See, that's where you start. Friends and family. Friends and family, support you. And not only that, but you need to start with them because it's an easy relationship to build up."
That's right. That's right.
Friends and family are the ones that you need to build that relationship up with, to do business with. Yeah. Because they know you, they trust you, and they like you. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's where to start. Friends, family. Get social. Start like you're starting a new business. You got to just build up every day. On your downtime, weekends, nights, make sure all your platforms and all your social media and all your blanks are filled. And I mean your name, address, phone numbers, make sure everything's filled. So just a great way to get connected and get building up again for 2021. 2021 is going to be a good year.
I think it's going to be a great year. Yeah, I think it is.
It's going to be a great year. I know people are scared, and it's all what you make out of. I recommend staying away from the news and focusing on what you're doing. Stay focused in 2021. Make that a habit. Make that a habit of staying focused, staying positive, staying motivated. Because if it's not affecting you right at home, if you're not, then if it's not bothering you, just keep plugging away, keep moving forward. focusing and worry about what you're doing.
Absolutely. No, I agree completely. The goal for this week, I want to leave everyone with a goal for this week. And his goal for mine is to reach out to one family member per day and one friend per day, see how they're doing, wish them a happy 2021, let them know what we're doing, see what they're doing, see how we can help them. Real important to see how we can help them. I always say, let's seek to be of service to others. How can I help others? It always comes back, right? We're doing it for genuine intent, genuine purpose. It's going to come back, right? But reach out to a family member, a friend, one per day, right? That's 2 people a day. It'll end up being 14 touches a week. Just to reach out to see how they're doing, see if there's anything you can do to help them. You're going to stumble into opportunities, right? We're going to stumble into opportunities. So if you're new, how can you kickstart 2021? Or if you're trying to get back into it, or if you're just trying to take it to another level, here's some great, easy suggestions that we're sharing with you this morning. And if you need to even break it down and make it even simpler, reach out to one family member, one friend per day, and just check in on them and see how they're doing. Be surprised what that's going to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It only takes one, to get you started. And then once you get that first sale, or once you get that first sale of the year, maybe you've had sales, but get that first one, and then you start going. I see people out there that, they've already started January and they've done more than they did last year.
Right. Yep.
In real estate, I can tell you this much. As of Tuesday, next Tuesday, I will have done more money than I did all of 2020.
Already.
Wow. Tuesday.
That's impressive.
Yep. After Tuesday, I will have done more money. I will have done more money in 2021 than I did in 2020.
Wow. That's impressive. Congratulations. That's impressive. That's impressive indeed. Well, let's get to it, man. It's 2021. I got a lot of activity. This is going to be a great year. I got to do better than I did in 2020. And 2020 was one of my best years. And I'm going to do it because my activity is going to be consistently the same thing I did in 2020. If it worked for me in 2020, what can it do in 2021? I can't help but come out better, right? Can't help.
And when you know, and your knowledge, just think of what we do every week here. Just think of all the things that we're learning in 2020 that we did every week. Just one week that we learn, one day a week that we learn something new and we implement it. As long as you implement it. Look at how many times you implemented your 4th of July, your Thanksgiving last year.
Right.
All your text messages, how many you got back. Yeah. Think about how many of those follow-ups, the follow-ups you did from the people from a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
You followed up with people and you got some deals last year, and all the tools that we added and all the ideas, like those, you don't give up on those people. Look at how many deals you got in 2020.
Yeah.
Just from that, and now the knowledge of going into 2021 and we implement everything that we talked about in 2020, there's no reason why we shouldn't grow.
No, you're right. You're right. It's not rocket science, and we just have to just know and try not to complicate things. That's where I can get myself in trouble, is complicating things, making it very complicated. It's not rocket science. Keep it simple. Do the basics. The basics start with getting up, getting on the phone, getting on the computer, doing the things that are necessary in order to run into business. And so, not rocket science. So definitely. All right, my man, we're at time. It's good to see you. Happy New Year. Happy 2021. Let's get this thing started.
That's right. I'm excited. Right, let's do it. Go Chiefs.
All right, take care. Go Chiefs. Go Chiefs.
That's right.
It's the Red Chief Followup Friday.
That's right. We're going to need to make one of those in red.
I know. We do. We have to. All right. We'll see you, my man. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.